to yet another episode. As you guys can see by the title of the video, today we are speaking about mental health in South African homes, or African homes rather, not just South African homes, African homes.
Yes.
So what's your take on it?
We don't. Yo. I feel like it's something that isn't really taken seriously.
Mental health.
Mental health. It's nothing. Like in a black home, Magula, there must be a physical representation of
that
gula.
Yeah.
They don't understand gula. What? Ntogo? What? Mental in there,
What's mental health, yes.
So it's something I feel like we should educate our families, our parents, our grandparents, our aunties. Some things they say just get to us, and the things that we go through day to day.
Yeah, because sometimes when you sit someone down and you tell them this is what's going on in my head, I'm not feeling well, a lot of people tend to be very defensive about it. What did we do? I didn't do this to you. When did I say that? It stems from people not taking responsibility of what they say or see their actions. Because some people are quite they take things very seriously, and it tends to make them feel a certain way rather. It's like how our black parents can't say sorry to us when they're wrong.
It starts there.
It gets to me because now you want me to apologize for all the wrongs that I've done, but you can't. Yes, you can't.
And I feel like it's the small things. It starts with the small things. Let me just say that it starts with the small things. You don't really need to be affected mentally by only when you go through the big things. It starts with the small things that continuously grow and grow and grow and grow. Like, for example, how our relatives tend to attack our body image.
Oh my god, that got to me as well.
Yo, awusakebanga. Like those things, and that time.
Look at you.
It's the small things that just continuously
that
grow
actually
and grow.
I didn't want to talk about it, but now because we're speaking about it, let me just. It happened because I was a very small person, very skinny, and I had family members, who would be out here. Oh, Sadie, what's going on? Are you not eating? Ini. You forget that as a child, ukula, it's other ukula around, full body, and you get your small babies, and I was like that. I was like a normal child who didn't like their vegetables. You know what I mean? Even a big baby didn't like their vegetables. But for me, it was like they made it seem like so wrong. Like, why are you skinny? Like, what's wrong with you? Are you sick? I even had a friend once say, you actually look anorexic. It got to me, and my body image, I was obsessed with weight gain. I think from grade 7 come high school, I was obsessed with the weight gain. I'd go crazy. Like I'd be like, oh, okay guys, look, I've gained weight now, and people would be like, no. Like, no. It played because it was coming from the inside. It was coming from my family. It wasn't coming from people outside. If it was someone outside, obviously I'd easily brush it off, but now I can't because I have family members who are consistently reminding me that I'm skinny. Like, I don't know that. It messed with my mind, guys. I don't want to lie. It messed with me, and I was upset. Then it hit me when that friend said, you look anorexic. It hit me to a point where I was just like, my body image went, my self-esteem just went down. I'm just like, no, I'm not beautiful. I couldn't even take people's compliments. You've got a beautiful body. I was just like, thank you, but at the back of my mind I was just like, please. I don't believe you. Because it's not true. Like, you're just saying that just to be nice, or it messed with me. Now that there's a bit of body weight, So yeah, listen,
The compliments don't stop.
it,
Not even
for
like
me, it
comments.
wasn't even, yeah.
The comments don't stop. Like, why do we do that to each other as a family?
It comes from the family, but it starts within the family.
Yes.
Like, there's so much, like, my mental health, that, and I was young. I don't think at that point I had to be so self body conscious,
Yeah.
because I'm still
You're
a child. I'm still growing.
Yes.
But I was so body conscious to a point where I'd break down and cry. I would break down and cry, and I'd be like, what's wrong with me? I had to learn to get out of that phase, which wasn't easy, because I couldn't speak to anyone about it. You know what I mean? So it's the little things, guys. It's the little
things, and
things.
It's so sad because you don't expect such from people that claim they love you.
Yes. That's, yeah.
And the way they cover for themselves, it's like they trying to make your issue your problem. Like, okay, so if you didn't like my comment, then just stop being fat or lose some weight, you know, something like that. You know what? People should really understand that as Fanjinabantu, we are not the same, and our reactions are not going to be the same. So sometimes we just need to learn the power of just keeping things to yourself.
Especially if you know it's something negative, because you know what you're going to say next. And if it's negative, don't say it at all. People out there are sensitive. They are sensitive. Here there was a girl, primary school, when was it, last year? She was being bullied for being black. Like, she was dark
skinned.
The next day, what did she do? Exactly.
Committed. And Nakona, the reason why we're saying that it's there's a huge mental crisis in black families is because as a child of black parents, you can't even explain to them how you're feeling, because they're just gonna brush it off, or they're just gonna look at you like, what are you talking about? You know, we do so much for you and you're telling us about depression.
Because it starts with the trauma well of how you grew up. I know a lot of my peers, maybe kids younger than us as well, or older than us rather, went through so much trauma in their families that they couldn't even speak about it. They had to fix that problem themselves. They had to look or seek help from other people outside.
Exactly.
Where sometimes you can't go to someone, you can't speak to a random person. You need someone close to you to speak about what's going on with you. That's why I feel like as black families today, we don't really understand. We don't understand each other.
And we claim that we know each other,
we really
but you really don't. And you don't know, because I was also telling my sister that out of the whole house, there's only one place a child feels safe, and that's their room. The person that you are in your room, that's you.
And that's true. Because you're alone. I mean,
you're alone. You're in a safe space.
Yeah.
That's why when teenagers get so touched or riled up when their space gets invaded on some way whatsoever, because that's their only safe space. Like, the entire house, it's not safe. You know, your privacy your privacy gets invaded. There's ears, there's eyes talking, you know, unnecessary comments being made, and you just don't want to deal with that on an everyday. So the person that you are when you're alone in your safe space, that's you. That's the real you.
That's why therapy needs to be emphasized.
It should be emphasized in black home that therapy is a need. There was also, remember that video I showed you on TikTok about that toxic family. It's a show called Toxic on SABC 1. There's this family, 2 girls, 2 daughters were confronting their mother about her being toxic towards them, and it's so painful to watch because the mother kept on justifying herself, like her actions, like, no, but I'm your mother, you know, no, but you're allowed to go out with friends. No, but you can't.
That's
And
the
they-
problem when
they-
it comes
yeah.
to a black parent. You can't like stick up to your wrongs.
Mm.
Like say, okay, no, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I didn't have to do. Don't now be out here being defensive because
Exactly.
we're not gonna come anywhere. We're not gonna go anywhere. There won't be
Yes.
any solution if you're gonna keep. No, but I was trying to, but no.
And Nakona, if this is not a safe space for me, where else
Where
should I
else
go?
exactly? Because then if I go to someone outside,
It's a problem.
it's a problem. Because bonakala manje ngathi, no, I can't speak. I don't
Yes.
speak to you guys. Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas you're not giving me that platform to actually express how I'm feeling or tell
Exactly.
the other that, guys, my mental health is not okay.
It's not okay. And it comes in, like, you know, when they say depression is a silent killer, it comes the smallest symptoms, you know. You get tired all the time, you just want to sleep during the day, or you
Your heart
eat
is
a lot,
heavy.
your heart is
Yeah.
heavy, some things you can't finish, you know, when you have a project or whatever you finish. Procrastination is also a result of depression, because I mean your body is keeping all of this trauma
Yeah.
and you're doing nothing about it.
It stems from the trauma. It stems from the trauma.
Exactly. Like Jim Carrey said, Jim Carrey the actor, he said depression is your body telling you stop being this person. This is not me. That's what depression is telling. Your body's telling you that I can't pretend now. Because now every day you wake up, you pretend to be something you're not. Every day.
And it's tiring.
Every day. It's tiring. You
It's
get home, you're
tiring.
tired. You can't do this, you can't do that. But because it's everyday thing, you force your body, you force your mind to pretend to be something it's not. So that's why therapy needs to be emphasized
Honestly.
in African homes, especially for kids. There are kids that are going through depression, and then the parent will just look at that child like, how are you
Some
depressed
parents
at this
even
age?
fight. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you why are you fighting?
Why are you
Don't
fighting?
fight with the
It's
child.
my mental
They fight.
issue.
Yeah. You're not supposed to feel this way.
Exactly.
You're not to no.
And it's so painful because you grow up resenting your parents. That's why people flourish when they've moved out of the home.
Yes, that's true.
Now suddenly,
and you never hear them speak about their
Never.
family.
They
You just
never.
never see posts.
there's
or
this
anything.
one lady on TikTok that I love so much. She emphasizes mental health and moving out of the home. So she recently moved out. She's our age. She's in her 20s.
Okay.
So she said the moment she moved out of her house, her mother's house, the first night of her moving into her apartment,
Yeah.
she slept the whole day.
Really?
Like she's like
Oh
her
my
body was
God.
like like immediate. She slept that first day. She walked in, she put her stuff inside, and she's like, "Yo, I'm really tired." She slept the whole day. She woke up the next morning, different person, energized. You know, she was ready to take on the day.
Hey, wake up, do this.
That's what I'm saying. That your body was telling her, "Uti, you are now in a safe place."
Yeah.
Because you're not thinking a lot, you are not, you know, thinking about your surroundings. You know, there's certain things I was also thinking when I was in my room one time. There's these small things that these things that you adopt as a child, and that's also a cause of trauma. You can tell the difference between your mom's and your dad's footsteps, number one. Number two,
That's true.
you can tell whether your parents are angry or not by just them walking. Like, let's say you're in your room and maybe let's say you have stairs or corridor or something. You can tell the mood of your parents just by them walking.
Yeah. And when they speak.
And
when
speaking,
they speak,
yes.
you start stressing. Like,
Exactly.
What is she saying or what is he saying? Like, why are they loud? Like, what? Yeah.
Those are trauma
Yeah.
symptoms. Those are trauma symptoms, guys, and it's something that we shouldn't take lightly. If you have to adapt to such things, it's wrong, especially at your age.
For our age, rather.
Our age, yeah, especially at our age, and you're still putting your phone down, like you still have that, you know, or maybe when you're in your room. I tend to do this sometimes because you know. When I'm in my room and it's at night, you switch off your lights, you're on your phone. When my mom passes my room, I just put my...
Same.
Like, I don't have to do that.
But I still do. Same. I do that as well. When my mom, because she normally comes in my room at night just to use the bathroom, and I'm on my phone. Immediately my door opens. So get
exactly.
And I do that. I also do that.
Why?
And I don't have to.
But why? You understand? It's a trauma response. It's your body saying, you are used to doing this now.
And it's saddening because now we can't speak to our parents.
Exactly.
About it.
We can't, unfortunately.
Because they'll be like, nah, you're taking me back. I'm not taking you back. I'm trying to fix myself.
Not even that. Or they're just going to turn the problem and make it your problem. You're the issue.
Why can't you move
exactly.
on? Why are you holding on?
Why are you holding on to such?
Dog, this happened when I was young.
Exactly.
I can't let go of what had happened when I was young.
And the old things. Like, ma, now it's Sandy. There was a time when you just came here. I mean...
That's not the whole point of the conversation.
Exactly. So mental health in the African home, guys, it's something that should be taken seriously. We should really educate ourselves with the symptoms, the trauma responses, and the way we adapt to things, and how we find our safe space.
Yeah.
You know.
I think I'm going to agree with Muhle here that our parents
have what?
Parental issues.
Oh.
They have parental issues.
Like inner child issues.
Yes.
Inner child trauma.
Inner child trauma.
Yes, inner child trauma, but that's another deep.
But again, I'm just saying, I feel like that's where it comes from.
It does.
That's why we're in this position as well. Because they're so used to being treated
exactly a
certain way. Now they're treating us the same way that they were treated, but even worse.
And it's okay, guys, to talk about your feelings. It's okay to look for help. You know, there are a lot of free counseling therapists out there.
You don't even have to speak to anyone else. I always told my sister as well, Wuti, get a diary. Sometimes writing, because some people, it's so hard for them, because once they speak, they cry, and no words can come out. So it's better for them to write it down. And when you write it down, you can go burn that paper. It helps. I've done it a number of times.
Yeah. I
still keep a diary of everything that I wrote about, or everything I was going through, my emotions. Some even still have that teardrop stuff, because it's better to write it. For me, it's better to write it down while crying than we have. Like, if something is hurting me, and like my parents did something to me and it's hurting me, I write them letters. They still, I think they still have them, or they do the I write them the letters. I don't go and I write down those letters and I slide them under their pillows. There's a lot
that works for you.
Yeah.
But I used to also have a diary, but I stopped having diaries because my mom tended to just go and then she reads my diary, and then there's a whole fight about, you know, why you're writing
in the diary.
Exactly.
Are you hiding it?
So I just stopped keeping journals and whatever. But I would say, you know what you said about sometimes people just cry. That's also a way of your body telling you to just flush it out. Sometimes you just need to cry.
Yeah. And it's okay to just cry. Even if you're happy.
Okay.
It's just okay to cry.
Like, I'm a very sensitive person. I cry very easily.
You're sensitive?
Yes.
No, you're not. Sandy's not sensitive.
No, like I can.
You're sensitive?
No, like I'm sensitive, shame. Yes, I'm sensitive.
Really?
I'm such a crybaby.
Oh, you just don't like showing people that side.
Exactly, because then they take advantage. But anyway, you
guys take advantage of me. You've seen me cry. Number times.
Yeah, when you cry.
I'm not a crybaby.
But you just cry.
Yes.
Like, you're not afraid. But I cry, like when you cry for a reason. So I tend to just cry. Like, let's say when we're talking about something, and then something that recently happened. It was quite sad though. Something that so we wanted to talk about something, and then someone came and they discouraged us, you know. And the whole time I felt like I really wanted to cry.
Really? So why didn't
you hear it in my voice?
No.
Like, I wanted to cry. Like, I was gonna cry in my notes, because the whole time I was just writing notes.
No,
And then I honestly wanted to cry that day. I cry very easily.
okay.
I cry. So that is, for me, what I've learned about myself, that's also another trauma response. Meaning that I've never had, I was always told, not that I was always told not to cry, but I feel like there's situations where, you know, when your parents are like,
Yeah.
you know, we are Kala, you know. So now that my body has adapted to this, so now that I'm growing up, even the smallest of things
They get
make
to
me
you.
cry. Which, you know, which is like an unnecessary thing.
I mean, to some people it wouldn't be unnecessary because, I mean, we can't now, is it validating your feelings? We can't,
But can I do that though?
yeah,
Like, I feel like
do it.
the other thing that I would like to cry all the time. But now I'm thinking about other people as well.
You can. Because that's
No.
us now. If you cry now,
Mhm.
then I'll be like, guys, what's wrong with you? Like, why you cry? No, cry. I mean, let
Yeah.
it out. It's just who you are.
But that's a side that it's gonna be difficult to show people. But yeah, I wanted to cry that
because
day.
you seem so.
I wanted to cry that day.
Because I never saw you in that sense. No. That's why I'm so surprised. You sensitive?
I am. I'm sensitive.
Guys, Sandy sensitive.
Only one person in the world knows my sensitivity.
People know now.
But I mean,
People
I'm
know it.
telling them.
Oh, but they've never.
They've never,
They're not gonna see me.
you know. Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, guys, other than that, like, I feel like as the youth we go through so much. We go through so much, especially in our homes. Some of my peers I know, they just don't like being home. Totally.
I don't like being home.
In general, they don't like to be home. They don't.
Speaking about home, there was one time when I was still studying, and before COVID, so my mom would go to work, my sister would go to school. I'd always be the first one to get home. I loved that. That was the best part of my day,
Being alone.
when there was no one in the house.
Yeah. I mean, everyone, Nami.
That was
also,
yeah.
I also enjoy being alone.
Now it's like,
God,
why do I have to be here? Or should, like, I always like, okay, where can I go?
like COVID happened. Now people are working from home. I had to wake up to chores every single day.
I don't like being at home.
So, but because I mean, you can see it now where a lot of our peers stand when it comes to home. They just don't like.
Yeah,
to
like
be
when they think
home.
about home, it's like,
Stress. It's yeah. And it's, guys, it's not a good thing. Because I'm so scared now that I'm just so scared that now once we have kids, or for those of you guys who have kids, I don't know how I'm going to emphasize this any further, but let's not become our parents.
I feel like
Like
for those
let's-
who have kids in our 20s, in your 20s, and you have a kid, you have a child, go to therapy.
Yeah.
Go to therapy.
Like, don't hide stuff from
Because you
your
might
child.
also have inner child trauma.
Mm.
And then when your child grows up, then
If not if.
you do.
You do.
You do. Get
You
some help.
do.
Not that you have an issue now that you still have a nanana, but like go and get help for your child.
Yeah.
Like if I was planning, for those who are planning to have kids, also go see someone. Prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare your soul for the whole thing. Because now you're going to be responsible of another person.
human.
And you don't want to traumatize
Now, so
them.
that when you know you're not in the greatest of mood, or what is it in English, whatever, you give yourself some time off, and
Yes.
the child knows, okay, mommy's not okay.
It's me time, yes.
It's me time.
Mm.
Let me
Your
give them
child
some
knows.
space. And like now having to be there with your child, lashing out at your child.
yes.
When the child now is asking mommy, what's
What
wrong?
did I do?
I'm fine. Nothing. Let's not. Let's not.
But let's get help, guys. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes we just need to. We are at this point. You just have to think for yourself. This is the point where you just need to be selfish. Sorry, you need to be selfish now, especially when it comes to your mental health.
You
It's very
yeah.
important. You need your
You come
mind.
first. Prioritize
you
yourself
need
first.
your mind. You need to think clearly. You need to do things because you want to do them. You need to have a free space. You need to take care of yourself because you only have one life, one body, and one mind.
Amen.
Amen. But other than that, guys, please do comment, please do share, please do like, and please do subscribe to our channel. We love you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for subscribing and watching our videos. And tell us how you're liking it so far.
Yes, guys, please tell us. You guys aren't communicating.
You're so quiet.
Communicate. But we're on road to what? 100 subscribers. Let's go. Let's get it. If you haven't subscribed,
Please
why
do.
haven't you? But please do it. Bye, guys.
Bye.